Good evening, everyone. Uh, I would request first years to ask your batchmates to join fast. We would be starting sharply at 4:30. Pankaj, Satyam, Adarsh, Prayag, ask your friends to join fast. Yeah, okay. So I hope my screen is visible. Okay. If I go
Yes,
if I somehow went inaudible, then just inform me, Ishan or Kshitij.
sure.
Hmm.
Continue.
So yeah, we are beginning. Good evening, everyone. My name is Apur Mishra, and I'm from second year of Triple IT Kalyani. Today, we all have gathered here for Square One 2020, the orientation and annual meet session of noobDEV. Moving ahead, yeah, these are the points which we shall be discussing today. Firstly, we will talk about what is noobDEV and what is its vision in coming future. Then we will move on to the first phase of our today's session, that is the programming languages. Following which, we will have a small discussion over GitHub and an hands-on experience to get its perks. Then we will have a small talk session with Gaurav sir for LinkedIn. Then we will talk about a few CP platforms in which we introduced the first episode of our CP discussion session with Sir San Medya. Finally, we will summarize our experience and introduce you with the team also. I know most of you out there must be in great trouble understanding the concept behind noobDev. Let's begin it in the most cliche way we can. What is noobDev? Well, referring to a well thought and framed definition, noobDev is the independent student developers community of Triple IT Kalyani. Independent because it is yet not a part of Gymkhana. And that is because we never cared of making it the one. Talking about the objectives of noobDev, we prefer journey of becoming a noob from a noob. See, what we believe is the development or the tech domains are ever expanding. Each day, new tech stacks are formulated, documentations is updated, and because of this dynamic nature, the developers out there are always new. Whether you are in your first year or you are in the industry with tens of years of experience, each day you have to update yourself. The just difference between these two noob words is that in the early one, you become aware of the resources of updating yourself. Coming to the second objective of noobDev, we believe to establish a community where each one learns and each one teaches. As said in the definition itself, this community has a feel of collective growth. And hence, here, we all teach and we all learn. Finally, believe and become. Here in Square One, each year, we will set our objectives for the coming future. And then for the entire year, we will hustle around to achieve them. So, yeah, our story, how it started. What we heard just now was all about the definition part, and now let's talk about the actual extract. When I first stepped into this college, being from a non CSE background, finding my way through it was hard. I don't know whether anyone of you out there would relate to me or not, but moving to the the CSE lab for the first time, and my first impression was shocking. Believe it or not, guys, I couldn't even code the hello word in the first lab. And now, after passing 1.5 years in this college, after learning C, C++, Python, JavaScript, Java, Android, and a lot more languages, I think that was all normal. Normal because I found a way through it. It was normal because others faced the same. Whenever we thought of starting with any development domain, we used to rely on resources. We used to hustle, which was good in one sense, but just think about it. All that time trying out different learning tracks and methods could have been invested in the development itself if we would have narrowed down our research to 2 or 3 different methodologies only. I say we here because this was the case with most of my batchmates. Seniors were always helpful, but we were mostly unaware of reaching to whom for what. And that's where forming this community struck our mind. A special thanks to Nimish sir and Pulkit sir for supporting us so that we could orient this idea into reality. And greetings to the core team for making this journey fabulous with their continuous efforts. Now, moving ahead, yeah, the vision thing. So, for talking about the visions of this community, I would like to call up Gaurav Singh of second year to share his views. Gaurav?
Thank you, Apur, for your nice introduction about noobDEV. Now, talking about noobDEV, basically it is the idea, to form a community aiming to foster their skills such as competitive skills, development skills, without going here and there, like searching for the best material to learn X, Y, Z. Actually, for a beginner, what we do, we don't have path to learn anything. So what we do, we go to search something, best material to learn this, best material to learn this. So this is basically a try to make a community where we can share our ideas, our thoughts, our skills with others for the common development of each other. Here we try to give a path or way we can say to learn any skill without roaming here and there like we have done earlier. Uh, being from a non-CSE background, if I talk about myself, I experienced, the situation where there was no one to guide me. Really, actually, when I just, mentioned by Apur, he was also from non-CSE background. So we have, experienced the thing. How the, it is for a beginner from a non-CSE background, it is tough to do because we need someone, we need some community which can guide us. So that is the main idea behind forming a noobDEV. Now, as mentioned by Apur, being not a part of Gymkhana, our vision is to diverse this community as wider as we can. We are just not aiming for triple article learning, but the root of noobDEV will be always in triple article learning. We want to gather some bright coders, developers from all over the institutions, aiming to make a community where we can learn from others, we can showcase our skills to others, and most important, we can guide others. Where even a basic HTML tag question could be asked, and also a complex deep learning problem could also be discussed. Now, I would like to call Apur for further continuation of the session. Over to you, Apur.
Thanks a lot, Gaurav, for this wonderful introduction to vision of noobDEV. And yeah, moving ahead, I would like to introduce you all with our organs, that is the platforms at which we are present. We are currently active on these platforms. Firstly, the Discord server for hosting the community itself, where you can share your queries, thoughts, achievements. It is meant to cater all your doubts and issues related to development, coding, academics as well. Secondly, we have a YouTube channel, which is meant for all the video related resources, streams, and announcements. Telegram, we usually use for as a notification platform only. And we also share links of some paid courses of Udemy, but for free based on coupon active for a limited period of time. We are significantly present on GitHub as an organization where we showcase our projects. You can also share your projects on this platform. You just have to share your project repo link for that through a form which I believe will be shared in your group tonight itself. Then we are also present on LinkedIn as a group where we share our achievements and project works. You can also reach us out through our mail, that is noobdev.pace@gmail.com. All the contact related informations will be shared to you by tonight itself. Currently, our website is in its development phase, and very soon we will come up with this as well. And finally, we are also present on Instagram with content related to development domains and important announcements of events. So this was all about the introduction of noobDev. Now, moving ahead and coming to the first phase of this session, that is languages to begin with. So programming languages become a top-notch tool for working over anything in computer science. Being a beginner, I was unaware of which language to begin with. And I suppose the same is the case with many of you out there as well. So we thought to discuss this with you. And for this, I would like to call up Ishan Mishra from second year. Over to you, Ishan.
Thank you, Purv and Gaurav, for clearing the vision of noobDev. So, I am Ishan Mishra from second year, and today I am going to help you to choose some programming language and to start with a programming language. So, to start with programming, you first need to choose a programming language, and there are many programming languages to choose from, like C, C++, Python, Java, Ruby, JavaScript, Colton, and many more. So, obviously, we are not going to cover all of them. I have chosen few programming language in which we can talk about. So we are going to talk about Python, C, C++, and Java. So I have combined C and C++ into one because in this college you will never know when you shifted from C to C++. So we can discuss it combined. So yes, let's get started with Python. So Python is a widely used general purpose high level programming language created by Guido von Rossum in 1991 and further developed by Python Software Foundation. So that's enough for formal definition. Let's go to main question. Why to choose Python? So why to choose Python? Firstly, it is easy to start. The syntax of Python programming language is very like your English language. So it is very easy to start, and it has a great community support. You, if you get into any trouble, if you have any doubt, you could directly search it on Google, and you will most probably get an answer on Stack Overflow or on Quora. And the other thing is like this programming language can be used to do almost anything from web development, automation, from machine learning, anything. So that's also why you could choose Python. And also the job prospects. So I will show you in the graph the job prospects. So yes, here is a graph of the Stack Overflow overall question asked. So you can see here the popularity of Python. So you can see that it's very increasing, and here it's at top. Python is at top. So you can see the popularity of Python. So yes, next to the job slide. Yes, here is the jobs. You can see the salary of Python developers. So it's also quite high. So, and the next is who uses Python. So which big companies uses Python? So Google uses Python. You know, even the creator of Python used to work at Google. So for Google, Python is a big thing. Python is one of the official server-side language of Google. And Facebook, it is the third most popular language. In Instagram, so Instagram has the world largest deployment of Django web framework, and Django is a framework based on Python. So for Instagram also, Python is a big thing. And then Spotify, Netflix, Dropbox, Reddit, and many more uses Python. So now to next, what can you do with Python? So once you have decided to go with Python, what can you do with Python? So with Python, you could do anything. But here are some interesting things which I have compiled. So web development with Python, you could do web development. Django, you could use Django, you could use Flask. So Django is very easy to learn, and it's also it makes you work very fast. And automation and scripting. So like if you want never to miss a sale in Myntra, you could make a automation script for that for the sale. And for building games, Pygame and Kiwi are the framework which could be used for building games. For web scraping also, Beautiful Soup and Scrappy, and obviously for data science and machine learning. So these are the few things which are very interesting with Python. So yes, next to C++. So C++ is a cross-platform language that can be used to create high-performance applications. C++ was developed by Björn Stråström as an extension of C language. So that's a formal definition. Now let's go to why to choose C++. So why should you invest your time in C++? So first thing is that which is very important, C is in your first sem and second sem, and C++ will be in your third sem. So that's very important. And if you are a total beginner in programming, I would suggest start with C, because if you start with Python, it would be difficult for you to switch to another languages because of very easy syntax of Python. So if you're a complete beginner, start with C. Then C++ is preferred for competitive coding because it is fast and it has a large community just like Python. If you have any doubt in C++, you could directly search it on Google and you will find an answer on Stack Overflow or Quora. And all the major operating system like Windows, Linux, Ubuntu, iOS, all our kernels are written in with a combination of C and C++. So because it's very fast. So here is the popularity graph for C++. So it's not very popular in terms of question asked in Stack Overflow, but that does not affect the salary, which you can see in the next slide. So the salary is quite high for C++ also. So like now, who uses C++? So C++ is used by gaming companies like Blizzard Entertainment, for Microsoft because the Windows kernel is written in C and C++, and then the Android because Android is based on Linux and Linux is in turn written in C, and other Amazon Kindle, Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome uses C++. So next is what can you do with C++? So once you have decided to go into C++, what can you do with this? So with C++, you could do competitive programming language because it offers STL libraries, standard template libraries. So basically standard template libraries are the template class that provides common data structure and function. And it is also the primary choice to develop the gaming systems and also for GUI based application, like if you have used Adobe or WinAMP media player. So that all is based on C++. And also it is an ideal candidate for writing operating system. You have already seen like Windows kernel is written in C++, combination of C and C++, and also the Linux. So it's if you are interested in operating system also. So now next is Java. So Java is a programming language created by James Gosling from Sun Microsystem in 1991. The target of Java is to write a program once and run this program on multiple operating systems. So now let's see why to choose Java. So Java for first reason is like it's truly write once run anywhere. It's the target of Java. It's the main target of Java with which the language was made, to write once run anywhere. And Java has a rich set of APIs, like Android is heavily based on the Java APIs. And Java is an evergreen programming language. I will show you why it is in the next slide. So, and Java is rationally runs on more than 1 billion Android applications. And Java has just like C, C++, Python, Java has also a large community. If you have any doubt, if you get stuck anywhere, you could directly search it on Google. So now next, here is the popularity graph. So as I told you, Java is an evergreen programming language. Here you can see from very beginning to very end of the graph, Java is always on top and it will remain on top. So Java is an evergreen programming language. So here are some salary of Java developers. So you could see it is also very high. So now who uses Java? So Java is used by Twitter. So Twitter initially started with Ruby on Rails, but eventually switched to Java. And other companies that uses Java are Myntra, Trivago, Ibibo, TripAdvisor. So you could see many Indian companies uses Java. So now next is what can you do with Java? So once you have decided to go into Java, what are the things that you can do with Java? So with Java, you could do cloud computing, like we are going to show you Heroku in the next session in GitHub Student Pack. So that Heroku is based on Java, and then Java could be used for web development, although not very famous. But then also you could use it for making high performance web application with Play framework, and also Android app development. Java is very famous for Android app development with Android Studio. The Android is heavily based on Java APIs. So, and next, now this is the step 2. So once you have decided a programming language, now it's time to get a hang of the syntax of language and also the logic. So for that, what you have to do is go to HackerRank. We will tell you how to sign in at HackerRank, or and also the UI of HackerRank in next session by Abhirukt and Ritesh. So in HackerRank, just choose the language which you have decided, then go to the program, see the topics the program is based on, search that topic on W3 School, and then go to Geek for Geeks, read more about that topic. If you still don't understand, go to Stack Overflow, then come back to the problem. So now you can do that problem, and once you have 5 star in that language, so that doesn't mean that you are perfect or even intermediate at that language. That only means that you have a basic understanding of that language. So you can now start your project in that language and get an intermediate or perfect knowledge of that language. So that's enough for programming language. Up to you, Apur.
Thank you for this wonderful guidance, Ishan. So, what I conclude from this is that if you are to begin your programming journey, then start with C and then extend it to C++. Discussion over Python and Java was meant for their uses uh, away from competitive coding, of course. So, if you are comfortable with C or C++, you can surely move on to any other language of your choice and necessity. So, moving ahead, we noob developers love open source, and our discussion would have been incomplete without including it. Now I would like to ring up Kshitij Singh from second year to share his thoughts and guide us through GitHub and open source. Over to you, Kshitij.
Hello, good evening, guys. Thanks, suppose, for having me here. This is Kshitij Singh from second year Triple IT Kalyani. As I have seen, few of you guys have already get their hands on GitHub, and I'm really happy for those. But for most of you, the case is same as mine. As me, most of you guys don't even heard the name of GitHub before. Even I heard the name of GitHub when I was in first year. So to start with, what is GitHub? What is its uses and its features? What can we do with GitHub? So in simple words, GitHub can be understood as a platform which allows you to come together with several other developers and programmers across the world to collaborate on a project, on a mutual project, or anything that you all guys want to do. You can individually do your projects and keep them on GitHub for the reference for other people to take on look on that particular idea on which you have been working on. GitHub is a version control system. So what does it mean? Version control, it is a system which keeps the track of the changes that you made on the project. Suppose you plan to create a project, a website for example. So you decided to put the title as something, then made some changes on its font or its header something and styling and all. Then you commit those changes. You will get to know the about the term commit soon. Let's say you save those changes, and then again you decide to put a photo on that and commit that as well. But after doing that, you didn't find that the photo wasn't suited with that particular title, and you want the earlier version of that particular project that you did before the photo version. So here the version control comes into play. GitHub has already saved the changes, and you can go and retrieve the earlier version of your project as it is. So here it will help you to get the any version of your particular project. So okay, Apun, this is about version control. Yeah. So GitHub is also known for hosting websites. Now suppose once you have finished your project, you like your website, and it's on your local system, only you can access it, nobody but you. So to make it accessible to all, we host the website, and GitHub allows us to do that as well. So GitHub is also a very useful feature for this. And talking about the bug tracking and continuous integration, let us suppose if a team of 3 to 4 members, let's suppose Ishan, Apur, Gaurav, and me are working on a particular project. So if I want to contribute on a particular field, suppose if Ishan is working on backend, I am working on backend, Apur is working on the front end. So if I want to make some changes on the backend file, so I try to retrieve the source code from GitHub, and I try to make some changes on that project. If I try to put that project back on GitHub, and if the let us suppose Apur has downloaded that source code and made some changes before put my, but that code has already been changed. So GitHub will keep a track of what changes has been made on that particular project, and it will help us to track what are the bugs and problems creating in that particular project, which has been preventing me from merging that my work on that particular project. And okay, and talking about open source. So Apur, let's go. Okay, so GitHub has been a great place for the open source developers, but what exactly is open source? So open source can be simply understood as any software, website, or application whose source code is available globally. I mean, which is accessible to everyone, and that is termed as open source. There are many softwares whose source code is not accessible for us, and those are termed as closed source. But the benefit of open source is that anyone across the globe, sorry, yeah, anyone across the globe can help us to put their views and ideas, whatever they're trying to build on that particular concept, they can help us to use that. Okay, for example, you all have must have used VLC Media Player, Mozilla Firefox, and all these are products of open source software. Okay, so let's see what does it look like on which we have been talking about. Let a minute. Can you see it? So this is how a GitHub page looks like. So this is the main page of github.com. So here you can see this is the in the left, here all these are the repositories which is either been created by me or forked by me. So here and in the middle section, we can keep a track of our the accounts to which we follow, that we, whom is contributing in which repository. So to begin with, let's click a particular repo. So in this particular repository, this is a particular project that I've been created. There are to tell you, there is a these are the folders in which the data, all the data has been placed. This is the manage.py file. It helps to run that particular project. And let me show you on another. Just a minute. Which one? No, this make. No, not in this even. So here, this is the repository of the noob developers account on which this orientation has been organizing. So you all guys are welcome here to fork the repositories as well, and you can contribute your own projects on here as well. As already talked by Apur, you will get the link by tomorrow night probably. And let me show you guys one more thing. Yeah, here, as you all can see these lines from here, from one part of the globe to another. So these are the actual contributions made by some part of the globe to some other. These lines, this contribute to a particular. This commitment has been done from Shanghai to Israel, like something. This has been California to South Africa. So you all guys can see how amazing it is, as the GitHub is an open source community, so people across the world can help us to uh, put their views and ideas to create a collective project and concept. Okay, over to you, Apur.
Thanks a lot, Kapil, for this wonderful tour to GitHub and for associating us with the feel and emotion of open source. Uh, I know that there's a lot of questions regarding GitHub still left in your all mind. I would like to tell you that we will have a separate session for this in which we will talk about GitHub in detail. We will talk about all the GitHub commands, Git commands as well. We will tell you how to create a repo, how to fork a repo, how to contribute to a repo. We will surely, and we will soon have a session over this. So yeah, moving to the phase of hands-on activity. Let me just share again. So, are my slides visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, now we move to our phase of hands-on activity for this session, in which we introduce you to a valuable benefit offered by GitHub as a sidekick, that is the GitHub Student Developer Pack. And you know what the best part is? Right now, you all are going to get this. Yeah, right now. But the problem is, I can't do this alone. Hence, I would like to request Ishan Mishra to be my co-host for this part. Ishan, are you ready for this?
Yes, Apu, absolutely.
Okay, thank you, Ishan. So, meanwhile, Ishan is setting up the presentation. Let me tell you what is GitHub Student Developer Pack. Okay, so we all know that there is no substitute for hands-on experience. But talking about the real-world tools, they can be cost prohibitive for most students. So, our friend GitHub comes with a great solution for this. Under the scheme of GitHub Education, GitHub, in partnership with various platforms, gives the students a pack through which they can access some of the great developer tools for free. Yeah, it's free. Isn't it amazing? Now, Ishan will help you get the student developer pack. Over to you, Ishan.
Okay, Apu, is it visible? My screen is visible?
Uh, Ishan, what
Yes, sir.
it's visible, but I would suggest, wouldn't it be
Yeah,
better if
everyone.
we have
Hmm?
Uh, I suggest
yeah,
everyone, all the juniors will pin their Ishan's presentation. It would be better.
no, I would make a suggestion here. Ishan, wouldn't it be better if we have a volunteer from the junior side as well?
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, we can have it. Someone
So
willing to come.
is anyone is anyone willing to come forward? We just want your screen presentation. We will guide you how to get the GitHub Student Developer Pack. Okay, Apoor Nath is raising hand. Wow, that's a great coincidence. Me also Apoor, that also Apoor.
Great.
Okay, so Apoor, please turn on your mic first.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello, Apoor.
Yeah, hello, भैया.
So I would like to request you to present your screen so that we can guide you through GitHub Student Developer Pack. And I would like to request other students. Ishan, just stop presenting it. Yeah.
Yes, abs.
And I would like to request other students to just follow what Apoor is going to do so that Apoor, are you on mobile phone?
Yeah.
Then it will not be possible, I think. Yeah, but we can do. Ishan, can we do it on phone as well?
Yeah, I think we can.
Apoor, do you have a GitHub account?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Uh,
But I don't use it. I just made it for the sake of,
Okay, Apurv, you
training.
are on phone, so I believe it will be difficult for you. It's better you watch and you do it yourself. Uh, we can have
Okay,
any other
okay,
volunteer.
fine,
Apur,
fine, fine.
Apur, someone else is raising their hand.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
Tathagat
fine,
was
fine.
raising his hand. Tathagat?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Are you on your PC or laptop?
Sir, I'm on my PC. I mean
Okay,
laptop.
okay, great. Just present your screen. Apurv, you are presenting your screen. Please off it. Thank you, Apurv. Uh, Tathagat, please present your screen. Okay, wonderful, Tathagat. It's visible. So before beginning, Ishan, would you just pose the question?
Oh, yes,
We
of
would like
course.
to, yeah, okay. Firstly, give the code, Ishan, once again.
Yes, I have given the code in the chat.
Okay, so I would like to request everyone to visit the link www.menti.com and put that code there. So you would be allowed to vote. Ishan posed the question about GitHub.
Yes, it's already posted.
Okay, everyone just open this link and put that code into there. 26 space 37 space 20 space 5. Yeah. So there's a question there. Do you have a GitHub account with college email ID added to it? And please reply to it as soon as possible. Okay, we will wait for about a minute, and at 5:07 we will move ahead. Okay, so Mentimeter is a great tool for just taking polls in between the presentation itself, and for upcoming sessions also we would be using this. So it's very easy UI, so I hope it's not a problem to anyone. We learned this from Uma ma'am. So Ishan, would you just present the result if any, would you just see the result and tell us? Ishan?
So 38% said yes, while 63% said no.
Okay, great. So okay, so making a GitHub account is not a big deal. Tathagat, would you just go for an incognito mode so that we can show them how to make a GitHub account? So Tathagat will do this for us, and he will show us how to make a GitHub account. Can you, Tathagat? You are not audible.
Yes, sir.
Ha. Just show us how to make the GitHub account. Can you?
Yes, sir. Sir, so we'll just have to enter the mail address with which we want to do.
Okay.
And for this case, we have to use our college email ID. Since I've already registered with my college email ID, I'm using my
Ha.
personal mail ID.
Okay, great.
And after this, I have to use my, just enter a username. I did that.
Yeah.
And for the password, I'm using this generated password, which is
Yeah.
for this one. Yeah. Then email preferences. This I don't think is important. Please solve this puzzle. Yeah. Pick the pair of die, adding up to 7.
First and the second one. Yeah.
First.
First,
No,
oh,
first is 9.
Oh, sorry. Uh,
This
yeah,
one.
this one.
And 897. Create account.
So yeah, it's not a big deal. You can create your GitHub account. It's very easy. And yeah, and why we have asked to create it with the institute ID, because then it would be much easier to get the GitHub Student Developer Pack, and it would be active within 2 days only. Otherwise, it will be active with your personal mail also, but it would take around 1 month. So it's better to use the institute ID, as it can recognize you as a student through the IIIT-Kalani.ac.in domain, and you will get the GitHub Student Developer Pack within 2 days. So those who have not created the GitHub account, create it, and those who have created with their personal mail, make go to the settings and just change the primary mail to the institute ID. It's very simple. And now we shall move forward with our GitHub Student Developer Pack thing. So Ishan, over to you.
Thanks, Apul. And so first you have to type the GitHub Student Developer Pack in the Google and click on the first link, education.github.com. So yes, click on here and click on Get Your Pack. Now you have to click on yes here. So here you have to make your college email ID. Yes, very good. So yes, here you have to add your college email ID so that your pack is verified very quickly. Otherwise, it would take a month, I think. So verify your college email ID and then add it. Yes, now verify it from your Gmail account. So yes, email IDs were now verified. So now you can get your GitHub Student Developer Pack.
So it's done.
Yes. Now you can go to that GitHub Student Developer Pack website, which you have gone earlier. Oh, yes. Now refresh here. Yes. Now scroll down. So yes, here you can see the email ID is now visible. So now what you have to do is write something like how you are going to use this GitHub plan. So many of you are beginners, so you could write like I want to contribute in open source or I want to try GitHub. So you could write things like that and then submit your information. Yes, now it's done. So it would take like 2 to 3 days with your college email ID. Don't take tension, it will not take 22 days. So, okay. So now GitHub, you have GitHub Student Pack. Thanks for showing us. Apur, to you.
So will I
Yeah,
stop presenting?
yeah, you can stop presenting.
Thanks, Tathagat.
Thanks, Tathagat. As earlier told also, GitHub Student Developer Pack offers you access to various different paid platforms for free. You can use the Canva Pro thing for designing purposes. It comes for 1 year. You have to select student as profession. Yeah, you have to select student as profession. Anik Ghosh. Uh, Then you can also have access to various hosting platforms like Heroku. All your needs will be sufficed through Heroku itself. but DigitalOcean is also present, but for that you need a credit card. So I would avoid suggesting you use that, and better go with Heroku itself.
And many
So
tutorial sites also like educative.
Educative is a great site, and it's
Hmm.
a paid blog type tutorial website. So you can use it as well. I used it for Python, and I would say it's a great website. So it's also paid, so you can get its access through GitHub. It also offers for 1 year.
Hmm.
GitHub Student Developer Pack is available to you lifetime, and once you use it to access any facility, that facility depends upon the platform for how much time they are giving it to you for free.
So use it wisely, don't waste it. Like educative is for
Huh.
only 6 months. So when you are ready, then only subscribe to a thing.
Yeah, like this year, I wanted to make a lot of posters, a lot of presentations. So I used the student developer pack of mine for activating the Canva Pro account, and it's available for 1 year. So I hope my all design related needs will be satisfied in 1 year. So use it wisely, I would say. Yeah, hope that was a lot to take in. Thank you, Shan, for helping us out. Learning to code, making projects, participating in competitions, it's all good. But have you ever thought how will you show all this to recruiters? Will you wait for the placement drive? That's not the way, my friend. The key solution is a community. There's a popular platform where all the job seekers and the recruiters come at the same level. Yeah, most of you would have got hint of what I'm talking about. It's LinkedIn. So once again, I would like to trouble Gaurav Singh to come up and guide us through LinkedIn. Gaurav?
Thank you, Apur, for carrying the session so smoothly. Uh, so what is LinkedIn? So basically, LinkedIn in very informal way is a Facebook of professionals. Literally, you can do anything like sharing your thought, sharing your ideas, your accomplishment in the form of courses, badges, skills, etc. Progress that you have made. But one thing you should be keep in mind, backing with a sense of professionalism. This basically segregates LinkedIn from other social platforms. So, okay. You all must be wondering, why do we need all this? Basically, why LinkedIn? Okay. Like I have mentioned earlier, LinkedIn is used by professionals, to the professionals, and for the professionals. This platform basically have professionals who are working in your dream company, also ones whom you will want to collaborate with for the future, and also you want who are interested to coming to forward it. We can learn from others. We can able to get others what they are doing. For example, I am learning AI. Okay, so I can go to LinkedIn and I can search all the groups which are tagged with artificial intelligence. After joining the group, what will the helpful now, this group will help people who are learning artificial intelligence, or were the ones who are already mastered it. So I can not learn from them. I can talk to them. I can share my learnings. I can collaborate with them. This basically helps in the wholesome development as an individual. Now, one of the most important doubt questions is what are the referrals on LinkedIn? Okay, so I will try to explain it in a very practical way rather than giving definition. So basically what happens ki company have to fill their vacancies, open vacancies. They ask their employee ki to share the their openings in their LinkedIn connections. Okay, now after sharing this, after the sharing is done, all the public who are actually the connection of that employee are open to that vacancy. Now you must be wondering what are the importance of connection is. Now everyone send the now everyone who are the connections are in the connection of that employee are open to send their resumes. They are open to send their CVs. So actually they are participating in the hiring process. Now you must be wondering ki why he will select us. He may select his friend, अपने relative को select कर लेगा. Why he will select us? There is a one point here. Actually, the profiles or the resumes which are actually passed by that employee, if they are selected in company, then that employee actually get incentive from the company also. So उनका भी फायदा होता है. So basically, the employee will never, pass the profiles which are actually not worthy enough. So try to make your profile as worthy enough so it could be passed. Now, after knowing this referral cycle, you must be wondering ki what is the connections of connection importance. So actually, I should say ki try to make as many connections as you can, and especially to them who are actually matching your common interest. For example, if I learning artificial intelligence, then I can connect with the people who are actually learning AI. I would like to connect with the people who are already learned AI. For example, I am doing web development. So what can I do? I can join with the people, with the people who are actually learned it. So if I can learn from them also. If they share something, then I can learn. Okay. These are the people are there who are learning the things and how they are learning and what are the projects they have made upon. So basically, this helps in the collective growth of individual. Now, next thing that is job opportunities on LinkedIn. I would like to present my screen so that it will be more clear. Uh, Wait a minute, just I am presenting. Uh, could you confirm, Apur, is my screen is visible?
Yes, Gaurav, you are perfectly visible.
Okay. Now, this is basically the basic UI of LinkedIn. Now, here you can say in the header section itself, there is a four, sections where one is the job section. Here. Now, what happens is ki based on your skills that you have mentioned in your profile and based upon your geographical location, LinkedIn automatically, it collects all the open vacancies around you. Basically, you can know ki based on my location and based upon my learnings which I have mentioned in my profile, it is automatically, dekho, this is saying na based on your profile, it is automatically showing me all the vacancies are there in the company. For example, as a website developer, as a web developer, as a GRF, all the things are as a, and if I have mentioned ki I have done, it again showing you how many in a particular company around you there is a opening. So basically you can directly is a just a killing feature of using a LinkedIn. So you are open to all the things. For example, you can search for it. For example, I can write a Flipkart. Here came. देखो, all the things are directly visible to you. You can directly apply to that company. So basically, this is the based on, you can even filter the things based on your job type, based on your experience level. How the things you are searching. All the things are completely visible. This is the one of the very good feature on LinkedIn. Uh, Moving at last, I would like to show how typical LinkedIn profile looks like. So let me open my itself. Here it is. Now, in the profile, I should say that this line is basically very important. So try to make it as catchy as you can. Basically, if your profile popped in the homepage of any user or any in the my network of any user, so basically this is the line which describes yourself. So try to make it as catchy as you can. You can mention your accomplishment here. You can mention your learning. You can mention what you have learned, what you are doing, and what you have actually done. Now in this is the about section. In the about section is you basically give key what is the brief summary of yourself, what you like, what you have done, and what you are actually learning. So it's basically the summary of yourself. Now this is the dashboard section. Obviously it is private to you. So basically it tells key how many people have you viewed your profile in the recent days. Actually in recent days, as I said, more precisely it is actually 1 month. It tells key how many people have visited your profile in 1 month, and it is basically the post view of your recent post. For example, if you posted anything let's say 10 days ago, then it actually tells you how many people have seen your post. Okay, and this is your search appearances. Activity section is very common. Just it tells you how what are your activities. For example, you have commented something, you have posted something, then it actually tells. Now this is experience section. Experience section basically it is about key. For example, if you have done any internship, okay, so you can mention here ki I have done 6 month internship, 2 months internship with a particular company. So duration is also you can mention, and also the position, how do you work, you can also mention here. Now this is education section. This is basic, very basic. Just you can mention where you have studied and what you have studied. Okay, and what are the what your the positions are there. You can also mention it. Now moving to the next section, that is licenses and certifications. So basically licenses certification. Actually what you do, if you learn any you have taken any course, then at last what you do, they used to give you licenses and certifications. Okay, so basically you can mention all this. So for example, if anyone visits your profile, it can be recruiter, it can be any normal profile viewer, then they can know okay, this person is actually have learned all things, since all the certifications are already mentioned. So basically you can uh, show it here. This is now the next point. Next thing is skills and endorsement section. You guessed it right. Skills are just the key, what you have learned. For example, if you have learned Android, you have learned if you have learned web development, all the things you can mention. Okay, if you are very proficient in anything, you can mention ki, okay, I have done all the things. And this is basically, and also one thing is endorsement section. So endorsement section is like ki, for example, if X and Y have worked with each other, okay, and X found ki Y have no good understanding of, for example, Django. So actually X can come to Y profile, and actually he can endorse Y for Django scale. So basically, this is endorsement is all about. So basically, you can see the Rahul Raj Yadav sir. Actually, he's a senior of ourselves, in currently based in Ola. He have endorsed me. So basically, you can do all this. So basically, this is the skills and endorsement section. Now the next section is accomplishment. Now accomplishment can be of any form. Like it can be in form of projects. It can be in form of test score. For example, you have performed well in means or advanced, you can mention ki, I have got this much rank or this much score. Now accomplishment can be in form of hackathons. For example, if you have learned, and if you have one hackathon, you can mention ki, actually I have secured this much rank in the hackathon. So all you can mention. For example, I have shown projects, like all the projects. Basically, these are the projects which are done by me in the pandemic holidays. So actually projects actually help in the building your profile. So I would say ki, while you are learning something, try to make as many projects as you can. And all the projects basically are open source. So yeah, you can directly see the project also. At last, yes, this is interest, which is very common. Just like any other social media platform, you have interest. For example, you page, what page you follow, what personality you follow. So basically you get the notification regarding this. If they post anything, they reply to anything. So basically all these. So that's all, how the typical UI of a LinkedIn is, and how typical profile in LinkedIn looks like. So I try to compile all the information as short as can, so that things should be cleared. And now I think you are good to go. Just go to LinkedIn and try to make your profile as rich as you can, and just be active on LinkedIn. This is very important. So be active on LinkedIn, share the things, learn from things, and involve as a person also involved in learning. So basically the whole thing is that. So now I would like to call Apur for further continuation of the session. So
Yeah.
now I will give the opportunity.
Thank you, Gaurav, for
Please.
such a great explanation and insight of LinkedIn. I'm quite amazed to see that most of you, the juniors, are already present on LinkedIn, and we hope others will also join it soon, those who have not joined it till yet. But using it as a tool for your betterment is also a skill. So we included this in today's session. I hope this is small talk over LinkedIn would help you getting the feel of it professionally with each of you step out there for your benefit only. Okay, so moving ahead. Mm, am I visible? Yeah. So we learned about different programming languages. Am I audible?
Yes, Apur, you are.
Okay. Okay, great. So we learned about different programming languages. We are now familiar with GitHub. We have the ultimate student developer pack in our hand, and we are also aware of the community about of recruiters and colleagues and everyone about of this industry. That is the LinkedIn thing. Now what? Now it's time to delve into the coding part. Talking about the basics, we introduce to you to HackerRank, an online coding platform which we believe will cater all your needs as a beginner who want to practice topic-based implementation problems and want to start with the competitive programming. So for this, I would like to request Abhirukt and Ritesh from second year to show us the way through it. Abhirukt, Ritesh?
Yes, thank you very much, Apur, for our introduction. Hi, I'm Abhirukt.
Yes, thank you, Apur. I'm Ritesh. So, am I audible to all?
Yes, Ritesh, you are audible.
Okay, great. So, I hope you're all doing good, and I guess you must have heard about HackerRank, or like some point of time you have been created an account and practiced here to how to code. So I will talk about the basic stuff here. That what is HackerRank? So HackerRank is an online platform, as Apoor mentioned, where you can practice how to code. And once you all have made up your mind about the language you would like to start with, as right now you must be doing C language in your first semesters, all you want to do is start practicing the syntaxes and the logic part which you need to solve a problem. So we will just walk you through the steps and give a general tool of the platform and we will start this by creating an account, which Abhirukt will now demonstrate to you all by presenting his screen.
Yes, so registration on a site, we all can do it. It's just a doodle thing. But don't worry, I will show you the steps. So you can just follow us upon registration the account on this online platform. So yes, you have two options. First is simply enter your name, email ID, and password. And second is either choosing the four options, which is Facebook, Google account, LinkedIn, or GitHub. So I will proceed with Google account and enter my college ID. Asking for the password. Okay. So yes, we have logged in into the account, and it's you have just seen that it's a one-step process. So yeah, here we have arrived into the dashboard. So yes, Ritesh.
Yes. So now we come into the dashboard section where you can see there are a lot of domains present here, like the problem solving part and interview preparation kit where you can practice and practice all the skills. If you scroll below, you will see different languages which you can practice and also algorithms and data structures. You can just go into these list and there will be a lot of problems present you can practice to learn how to code. So right now we will just go through some of it. Like if you right now you are studying C, so it would be better to take a look at a couple of problems just to get you acquainted with the coding style, editors, and the test cases in it.
So let's start with the language C, as Ritesh said. So this is a panel where you can sort the difficulty, just as I am sorting it easy, medium, hard. It's very easy. You can just sort it according to your preferences. So starting with the hello world, the famous hello world problem. So just switching it to the full screen. So reading the problem, it is simply asking us to print life is beautiful here according to the sample
Abhirukt,
problem. Yes.
While you do the problem and show them the editor thing, also help them to solve this problem. I mean, explain it entirely so that
Yes,
they
yes,
can have
obviously.
a
Yes,
basic
yes, sure,
insight.
sure. Yes, sure. So in sample input 0, it is written that welcome to C programming, and sample output 0, it is showing that hello world, welcome to C programming. That means what I'm interpreting, that we should intake or take the input welcome to C programming sentence and just print it a new print it in the new line after hello world. So here we see that character char s100 scanf is already present. That means the the taking input stuff is already present. So we just need to print it. And so in C language, printf hello world. In the new line, I'm using /n and percentage s for printing the welcome to C programming sentence. And here we are using s. I think you should have probably known the syntax. So yes, I think we have completed the code, and to test it, we are running the code. So yes, it has passed. You can also take sample, not sample, custom input by your preference. So I think it's not needed here. I will simply proceed to submit the code. Okay, it has passed. And you have earned 5 points. Okay, this is okay, but what is this thing where I have wrote it? So this is called an editor, which you will get in every online platform in coding challenges, coding platforms. So here you can write, run, and submit the code. And you can also I have chosen the language C. So the interface, the coding interface, the editor interface is coming in the C language. You can also change the code. So yeah, proceeding with the next challenge. It is given that playing with characters. I don't think it is needed because we have already done with the hello world in C. Directly jumping into the maths problem, which is sum and difference of two numbers. So yet again switching it to the full screen mode. Okay. So I'm just shortly giving you a gist what is this problem is about. It is just taking 4 inputs, with first 2 is of integer type data and second is of float type data, and printing the first sum and difference of the 2 integer type data and the sum and difference of the 2 float type data. So it is pretty simple here. We will just declare a data type int ce1 b1, its sum, say sum1, difference def1, also declaring the float types a2, b2, their sum as sum2 diff2. Yes, we are done with the declaring part. Now what? We have to take the input. So scanf. So what will we do in scanf? We should first take the input of the integers. So percentage d, again percentage d, ampersand a1, ampersand b1. So what it does, it will just take the input a1 and b1 cell. Let's see this sample input, which is 10 and 4. So it will take a1 as 10 and b1 as 4. And now I will just print it. Percentage d, which is the sum part, which should be the integer type. Percentage d, which is the difference part. a1 plus b1, okay, and a1 minus b1. So this solves the first part of the problem, which is the sum part and difference part of the integer numbers. But the second part is still left, which is the sum and difference part of the float numbers. So again, taking the input. Wait, I will just use a shortcut. Why to do this whole thing? You know, I'm lazy. So yeah, percentage d is for integer. I will use percentage f for float. It should be a2 because we have declared it as float as a2 and b2. Yeah, same with this thing. F f a2 b2 a2 and b2. Yes, we are done. So what is this thing? In taking declaring integer, declaring float, taking input of integer, printing of sum and difference of integer, taking the input of float numbers, the sum and difference of float numbers. So this should solve our problem. So testing by running the code, I think it should work. Okay, we have encountered a problem. What is this? Oh, just a simple thing. It should print in a new line, and also it should limit to just one decimal place. So 0.1 and 0.1. Yes, it has passed the sample test case. But I think I should check it once more. So why not I take the custom input? So who will help me? Ritesh, Apoor, or any juniors?
Anyone from junior side want to volunteer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can just say the inputs that are there.
Yes, sir. First of all, we'll have to write hashtag include stdoih.
Yes, it is. Yes, you are saying correct. But I am taking the input, the custom input for which
Jatin, we
I will
just
just
have to tell the input. Like when you do a problem, you will see what the sample input is given in the problem statement. The sample input will be the form in which the input is to be given, and using this, there is a facility of custom input which you can use to just check whether for the inputs which you are trying to give, the program is working fine or not. So we are asking from your side that would you like to try a custom input, like we have to give the sum and difference here, so we just require two numbers as input. So anyone?
Yes, sir. 5 and 4.
Okay, so 5 and 4,
okay. So we are done with
and
the integer and float.
yeah, two float numbers.
And 5.4 and 6.7.
Okay,
5.4 and 6.7. Okay, so what would be the difference and the sum for the first two inputs, which is sum, which is integer? It would be 9 and 1. And for the second,
Okay.
the sum would be, I think, 12.1. And the difference would be, um, what would be it?
1.3, 1.3.
Minus 1.3. Yes. Yes. Compilation successful. That means our code is correctly working. It is right. So we proceed to submit the code. Okay. So we have earned 5 points here.
Uh, just to add a point, so if you are creating a new account, so you at this point, at this juncture, you will probably get a star. A star basically is just a ranking system. So when you accumulate enough points by solving the challenges, you get a star. So star just tells you that how much advanced you have become in that particular domain that you are practicing, and the points that you are being awarded depends upon the different challenges, the difficulty level. So different problems will give you different points, and to add to that, you also get certificates and badges upon completing the challenges, which you can obviously showcase in your profiles on LinkedIn too. And Abhruk can probably show you his personal profile where he'll show the certificates and badges which he has gathered, which he has gained.
So yes, after you complete your challenges, your test, you will see these achievements in your profile. So, and also, as Ishan claimed, that being a five-star coder doesn't mean that you're a pro. It means that you have just grabbed all the concepts and your launch pad is already ready. So, yes, rest you have to practice and master the skill of coding. And by the way, there is also a challenge. Let me show you. There should be, yeah, here. So this is a challenge which I will highly recommend to you all. It's the 30 days of code, and here all 30 main topics are covered to practice. Like you can see class versus instance, loop, let's okay, arrays, dictionaries, maps. Now this is based on Python. You can choose your language like C++, C, Java, and all things. These all topics are divided into 30 days, which is from day 0 to day 29, where each challenge unlocks every succeeding day. And it is highly recommended that you complete these as well as to get started with the basics of coding.
Okay, thank you, Vic. So the question comes now that why should we use HackerRank?
Well, I think HackerRank is perfect for beginners, right?
Yeah, I absolutely. I think, and not only me, others also here would approve me in saying that this is one of the most recommended coding platforms you can work on, because like there are obvious reasons and many reasons like the interface, what you see here, the interface is very smooth, and the level of questions that are put in each section so that you can grasp the very basics of the coding.
But what about the competitive coding? Is it good enough for CP? Well, I think the competitive aspect is not so profound in HackerRank as it is in the other platforms like CodeChef and CodeForces, which are solely dedicated to competitive programming. Well, once you have gathered the basics, you can't just get stuck there. You have to move on from here to the world of CP, where you can actually learn how to solve real life problems.
Yes, you just have to grab the basics from here and just compete in the contest and solve real life problems. So I think that's about all there is to HackerRank. And yeah, let's move on to our next part. Thank you for.
So, yeah, absolutely a great walkthrough by Abhiruk and Ritesh for HackerRank. And I hope we got a great insight about the same. And thanks a lot to both of you. Now, just a minute. Yeah. So, HackerRank is good, but a desire to be a competitive coder could not be fulfilled by this entirely. Hence, we greedy coders needed something better, something where we come out of our comfort zone to code on. And that is when we stumble around and get on to Code Forces, the ultimate coding platform for competitive coders all around the globe. So today, as promised, we begin with our CP discussion track. And for the very first session of it, we come before you with the topic getting acquainted with competitive programming and code forces. And for that, we have Sayan Medya sir from third year to guide us along. Before handing over the window to Sayan sir, I would like to throw some light over his profile. Sayan sir is 5-star rated at CodeChef and is master at Code Forces. I understand that most of you out there, being a beginner, would be unaware of these ranking terminologies, but believe me, guys, it's a big deal and requires a lot of efforts and determination to achieve. Now, I would shut myself up and leave you guys with Sensor so that you can absorb most of what he has for you all. Over to you, Sensor.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are perfectly audible.
Okay, thank you, Apur. So, can you turn off your presentation so that I can start?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Is it visible now?
Yes, sir, you are perfectly visible.
Okay. So, let's start with code forces. So, as indicated by Apurv and Avirup and Ritesh, code forces is the ultimate platform to enhance your CP skills. So, as indicated by many of the students, that code forces has a bad UI to start with and not so beginner friendly. So I will walk you through this site code forces and also another site at coder.jp. These both two sites are actually the global sites for competitive programming. Here you will find all those top rated coders and a big community to help you with in competitive programming, in the field of competitive programming. So I will basically show you this in 3 steps, like how to practice in code forces, number one. Number two, how to take um, part in the competitions, online challenges in code forces and at coder. And number three, what are the global challenges and programming contests like ICPC, Code Jam, etc. I will tell you about this contests a few minutes. And let's start with code forces. First, you have to make an account here. You have just, if you are new to code forces, you will just make an account. Just go to the register section and put your mail, password, and these things are easy. So I will just log in first with my ID. Okay, then you will land in this home section. This home section is all about the contest announcement, the new contest that arrives here, and site updates. Like you have something new in the code forces, they will post it here. So you will check this section and this pay attention section for the contest part. But coming to the practice part first, you have to just go to problem set part. Just go to problem set, and here you see a lot of problems are here. Mostly there in code forces, you will find each problem associated with a difficulty level. This is the difficulty level of this problem. The difficulty level of this problem is 1800 for this problem. So these difficulty levels range from 800 to all the way to 35,100. You see, click on here and you see that these are sorted by decreasing order of difficulty levels 35,000, and click again here and it will be sorted by in increasing order of difficulty levels. So starting from 800, what you have to do is practice all the problems at least as much as you can from the beginning 800 levels, and when you are comfortable with 800 levels, you go to the 900 level problems, and then 1000 level problems. Not solve all the problems, like you have 200 to 300 problems in 800 range, so don't go solve all of them, but solve like 20 to 30 problems in 800 range, and then go on to next range, that is 900, and next 1000 range. You can sort the problems here, like you want to do starting from 800, so you just sort those problems here, and you will be given those problems. You sort them by difficulty level. Don't need to sort by difficulty level, but because it is 800 to 800 only. Let me tell you how to solve a problem in code forces. Just go any problem. So this will be the problem statement here. There will be given an input section and sample output for this program. When your program will run and given this input, the output will be always this, should be always this. It's like an assignment you are given in CCPP lab, where you have to write a code. You will be given an input, and on that input you should be getting this output. The only difference is this code you write here will be run by an server side of the code forces. Code forces servers will run your code. There will be many test cases, many sample cases like this, and the output will be checked by the server. This is called an online judge. They check you and grade your problem accordingly. So let's see what the problem says. That is, you have an watermelon of W kilos and you have to divide it into two parts, and both the parts should be even. And the problem says, are you able to do it? You have a watermelon of W kilos and you have to divide in two even parts. And each part should contain two even numbers. Like you have given 8, you can divide it in two parts like 4 and 4. You can also divide it in two parts like 2 and 6. And you have to solve this problem like. So obviously you have to just write a code somewhere. Like unlike HackerRank, Codeforces doesn't provide you with an online ID. You have to write it in your own ID and submit it with a file here. Like you choose your file from here and submit it. So I will show you how to write the code just once. Let me share the entire window of mine. Okay. So you have to write your code in your own local machine, like as given here in this problem. Input is only one integer W, and you have to output either yes or no, simply yes or no, depending on the test case. Like you have 8, obviously the output will be yes, because you can divide it in two even parts, like 2 and 6 or 4 and 4. You have 9, the output will be no, obviously, because you cannot divide it in two even parts. If one part is even, another part will be odd automatically. So just you have to take an input in W, declare an integer and take the input. And when you will be able to do it, if W is divisible by 2. Let's use printf here. And else you will output just no. So look, here is an edge case. Like just let first run this code. Like you give output 8, it is yes, 9 no, then 10. You can divide it in two parts like 4 and 6. But look, if given input is like 2, can you divide it into even parts? No, because it should be either 0 or 2. But as the problem said, both should be non-negative numbers, non-zero and non-negative. Actually, positive numbers. So for if the input is 2, you cannot do it. So the output should be no. This is an edge case. Means a small case for which you have to check this like corner cases, and you have to take another conditions like W should be greater than 2. Only for those cases the output will be yes, or otherwise it will be no. Let's run this in our local system. 2 should be no, 3 should be no, and 4 should be yes. That's it. and let's see how we'll submit it. Just select the language. You can select anything like C++. I have written in this C++ code. So I will select C++ 17 64-bit architecture, and I will select the file a.cpp and just submit it. Like it is showing in queue, and you just refresh. It got accepted. You just check the solution. This is the solution, and they will show you the test cases. If you are practicing, you can see all the test cases. For 8, it was yes, and the answer was also yes. And there is a checker log which confirms that your answer was correct. Like, okay, the answer is yes. If you have some wrong answer, this checker log will say expected this number but got this output, expected this output, but your output is this, so the answer is wrong. This checker log will say that. You can see all the test cases. These are all test files which the server runs, and if your code passes on all those test cases, then only you get an accepted verdict. Otherwise, you can get an wrong answer verdict. If your output is wrong, you can get time limit exceeded. Like each code have an, if I go to the problem, each code have a time limit. Your code should run within that time limit. Like this code has 1 second. Your code should run 1 second. Your code cannot like do a huge computation and run for forever. Like you have an infinite loop, you will get time limit exceeded here. You have some memory limit also. For beginners, don't need to worry about this now. You can just solve those mathematical problems. So just go to the problem set and apply, like starting difficulty is 800. So you go with 800 to 800 and apply it. Just solve any of the problems. Select any problems. Choose your favorite language, anything like C++, Python, or Java. I will recommend C++ because most of the competitive programming, C++ is most efficient because it's fast. C++ is very fast. Like Python, if a code runs in 0.2 seconds in C or C++, in Python it will run in like 1 second. In Java it will run in 0.5 second. So C or C++ is the fastest, and sometimes it helps you pass the test cases. Like in Python you can get an time limit exceed, but in C or C++ it will easily pass. So what if you are stuck with a problem? What you have to do, you just scroll down and you have a contest material section which says announcement and tutorial. You have to go to the tutorial part. The problem was problem B. Okay, just go to the tutorial part and see the editorial part of the problem B. The organizer of the contest will write an editorial for every problem. So you will get almost 99% of the problem has editorials in code forces. You just select the editorial part, and here is the editorial. This is an brief explanation of the problem here, how to solve this problem. This is briefly explained here, and you have to just try to read it and understand it, how they have solved this problem, and underneath it is a solution. As I said earlier, that most of the solution you will found in code forces or CodeSafe or AtCoder. Most of the solution will be given in C or C++. So it's better that you yourself also solve them in C or C++. So you will be able to understand it better. But if you are willing to do it in Python, no problem, you can do it. So this is a sample solution how to solve that problem. Like the problem we have just solved earlier, I am going to see the tutorial part of this. This problem I just solved, I just showed you, and this problem doesn't have a tutorial. Okay, most of the problems you will find a tutorial part here, and which will show you that how to solve the problem. So just to clarify, like if you are solving the problem, just check once that this problem has a tutorial or not. And you have like hundreds of problems. Just ignore those problems which doesn't have a tutorial, because otherwise if you are stuck and you cannot see any tutorial because nothing is there. So just only solve those problems. It will be better on if you only solve those problems which have a tutorial. And this is it. Like you have to solve starting from 800, you solve like 10 to 20 problems of 800 if you are a beginner. Like if you are comfortable with 800 problems, then start with 900 and 1000. And these difficulty levels are the reflections of your current rating. I will tell you in the next part, like contest and rating. What are the contest part? Like Code Forces holds like 2 or 3 rounds a week. Depends time to time. Mostly 2 rounds a week. Like there are 3 types of rounds. Division 3 round. You have like division 3 round. This is a division 3 round for beginners, and there you have in division 2 round for moderate levels, and division 1 like hard round for advanced levels. There is in division 1 round. There is also an educational round which is similar to division 1. Just you have to go to a contest and you will see that current and upcoming contest here. Underneath it, like past contest, the contest which have already happened. So just you have to register here for a contest, upcoming contest. If it is in there, just register. And when the contest will start, like in 25 hours, you have to come back in Code Forces, log in. Sorry, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. So in this past contest part, like how it is like to be in a contest, live contest, I will show you. When it will start, like there will be an enter button here, like this enter button is given here in the past contest. If the contest starts, there will be an enter option and you just go to the enter option. Like I am going for a division 3 round. Let me show you in division 3 round, like this one. And you will see the problems here like A, B, C, D, E, F. There are 6 problems, and there will be given some in division 3 problems, and there will be a marking scheme given here in the live contest part, mostly given. In division 3 problems, there are like number of problems. You are ranked according to the number of problems you have solved. In any division 2 problem, you will be ranked according to your score of the problem. Like going to division 2 problem, every problem has a score. In the score of every problem will be shown in this part. As it is not a live contest, that this part is not shown here. So just select the ABC, and these are sorted and according to the difficulty level. A is the easiest problem here and F is the hardest problem. So you just go to A and B should be easily solvable by you if you like try. In the first try, like you may not get the solutions easily, but you have to keep trying, and until you get A and B problems right, you have to keep trying in contest. Like take part in this contest, and within this 2 hour time, each contest has a 2 hour of time window, and you have to solve as many problems as you can in this 2 hour time. So for beginners, I will say like just try to solve at least one problem in any of the Code Forces round, division 2 or division 3 rounds. Take part in these rounds and try to solve at least one problem. That is the problem A. Go to the problem statement, read this problem statement here, and read this in. This is sample input and output part, and below that there will be an explanation of this sample input output. During the live contest, you will not find this tutorial option. Tutorial option will be available after the contest is over, because otherwise everyone will see this tutorial and solve their own. This is a contest, and so this will not be available. You have to submit the same way, like you have to browse, select your code here and just submit here. So these are contest. And what is a rating? According to your performance in this contest, you will be rated. Like in the chess, like every chess player has a rating. Like you see, starting with 1000, starting with 0, basically. Every chess player has a rating, and according to their rating, they are given title. So Code Forces uses also this similar strategy title. Like everyone will be given titles like legendary grandmaster. Below it is grandmaster. This part, like in this rating part, rating graph, this is 0. 0. Then this part is called something. This part is pupil, and below pupil is I don't know the name. Like then this part is specialist. Then blue color is expert. Then this pink color is candidate master. Then yellow is master. Then orange is international master. Then red is grandmaster. You might have heard that red coder, how to become a red coder. This is the level you have to achieve to become a red coder, grandmaster in Code Forces. Then you have international grandmaster, similar as chess. And lastly, you have this dark red color, which is legendary grandmaster. So you can see these profiles, like these all are top coders of this world. This man is tourist. He has been the top coder since 2011 in Code Forces. He has been the top coder always, and currently in second rank. But this this name is Gennady Korokevich, and he has won many code jam rounds, many ICPC rounds, and in at coder also and codesep also he is in the top rank list. So these are the guys from which you take inspiration. Like you have to become a great competitive coder. So this is like you see in the rank list. You have this. These are the legendary grandmaster with a black color in the first letter of their name. Then international grandmasters here. Then below you will find grandmaster, international master, and master all. Let me show you like my profile. I am currently a master. So I started from this. In the earlier Code Forces had started like from 1500 you start your rating. From 1500 and you can go below or lower. Currently they start from 0 rating, and you have to go from 0 till upwards until you reach your rating, like submarine expert or candidate master or master. You have to start from, nowadays you have to start from 0 rating, and you will gain ratings with each contents according to your performance, like relative performance. What is your rank relative to other performers in that contest? Like you go to a contest, and like you have to go some standing part where you can see your standing. This is the let me show you a contest I participated in, and so that my standings, how you can see your standings and your gain in rating gain in that contest. Like let's go to this contest. I have only solved 3 problems in this round, division 1 round. You go to the standing part, and this shows your rank here. Go to the friend standing source clearly. Like my ranking is 291 in this contest, and according to my rank I have gained plus 103 in ratings. So like some person is here, also solved 3 problems but gained minus 155, and he is above my rank list also. Like he is in 136 rank and I am in 291 rank, but this person gained minus 115 because he was in previously he was in higher level than me. He was in this red color, very up level, so he got negative rating. But solving same amount of problems, because I was in lower level, in like in this rating range 1900 to 2100, so I gain a positive rating. This is relatively, and according to your rating you will get a title like candidate master or grandmaster, these things. This part shows you like delta, how much rating change was in your contest. And this part solves how many problems you solved, like this person solved A, B, C, and D. And in E problem, he tried 3 times but couldn't solve it. So this is all about contest. You have to take it seriously. Like you have to take part in every possible contest. You just go to contest part and see those upcoming contest, and you have to take part in all those upcoming contests. If you like, unless you take part, you will never know your positions in these ratings. You cannot evaluate yourself, like where you stand among this all those coders. Like every contest has like 14,000, 19,000 participants. Where you actually rank among those 21,000 peoples. These 21,000 people have participated in this round, and where you stand in among those participants. And these will also give you ratings which you can like showcase, like you are this much in code forces, you are this much in code safe. And sometimes, not always helpful, but sometimes you can like this is an additional bonus to your LinkedIn profile. Like you can showcase this, you have become a master in this code forces, you have become grandmaster. This is also a part you can show. And like practice part, contest part, and there are competitions like ICPC. I will tell you about these competitions, global competitions like ICPC. This is, and you can say this is like online Olympiad, coding Olympiad of college students, ICPC, Intercollegiate Programming Contest. So you go to this site. This happens once in a year. You have to register from your college. Like you have to have a mentor, and this we will tell you about all this when this ICPC starts. We will guide you. And there is a code jam organized by Google. You can also participate in this code jam round. This is also an online global round. All of these top coders participate here, and if you like, you can get a t-shirt if you rank within 500, or you can, if you rank within 225, you can go to their on-site final round. This is code jam. You can, there are also other competitions from Google like hash code. This is a team contest. Like ICPC is also a team contest. Hash code is also a team contest, and you will be given an like real life engineering problem, and you have to optimize the solution as much as you can. There are also Kickstart for practicing in Google. Like every month they hold a Kickstart round for practice. This is just for practicing. This is not a championship. Neither these are prizes, unlike CodeJam or Hash Code. This is just you can do for practicing. Same like as Code Forces, you will go to contest and practice. This is similar. And you have Facebook Hacker Cup. This is same as like Code Jam of Facebook. This is also annually held annually. Like in month of August, Hacker Cup will start, and Code Jam generally starts from March or April. And there are also many other contests. There are like in Code Forces also there are like global rounds, which has t-shirt prizes for 100 to 400, 100 to 200 students. You will, if you rank within 100 or 200, you can easily get a t-shirt from Code Forces. Also there are like in CodeSafe you will find many college challenges which has prizes, but I don't recommend doing CodeSafe for now. The only challenge you will do in CodeSafe is long challenge. You should do long challenge. You just go to the running contest. In CodeSafe you just go to this challenges part, compete part, and there is a long challenge. Like in January there will start January challenge 2021, and you have to participate in this long challenge. You have to, because this is a like you have a 10-day window, unlike CodeSafe or unlike Code Forces rounds where you have only 2 hours or 2 hour 30 minutes. here you have 10 days, and this is the this is like you learn to do coding. You have limitless of time. You can you choose one problem, like problem by problem you choose and solve. This is helpful in learning mostly, and this part is helpful in gaining speed, gaining confidence. This competition part in code forces of 2 hours. This part is helpful in gaining speed. Like you will in a coding round of a company, you will be given 2 to 3 problems in 1 hour. You have to have some speed. Like, and if you don't have some, you have to code fast. You have to think fast. These skills are gained from participating in these code forces rounds. And long challenge is for learning. You have to go code shape and just long challenge. Go to this current long challenge. This is upcoming long challenge is January long challenge, and December long challenge has already happened. It starts in the starting of the month, like from first Saturday of the month, first Friday of the month it starts. And you have to do this long challenge part, all this contest from code forces. And there is one more site I will introduce you to, which is AdCoder. Also a very good site for beginners to practice. You just log into this AdCoder, create an account, and go to this home page. Just click on the logo and you will go to the home page. AdCoder has 3 type of contest. Beginner contest, as you see here, AdCoder beginner contest. AdCoder will also have a regular contest, and the ultimate is grand contest, which is considered to be the hardest of all contests, like more harder, even harder than code forces division 1. So you only just for beginners, you only go to AdCoder beginner contest. Go to any beginner contest. Like you have to participate in this live contest, and you just go to task. These are very easy problems. Like just going to the first problem, you will see. So this being very easy is more beginner friendly. Like you have given 4 integers in the form of a matrix A, B, C, D. Just you have to output the determinant, which is AD minus BC. Like take this case 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to output 1 into 4 minus 2 into 3, which is minus 2, basically this. So these are very simple problems. Problem A is very simple here. Go to problem B, which is a bit harder than problem A. You will also see this every score for this problem. You are ranked according to your score in this round. Problem A has 100, problem 2 has 200, and problem 3 has C has 300 score. So like for beginners who has like knowledge of have gained the knowledge of C on C++ can easily solve A, B, and C problem here. These are very easy problem, and you can also try to solve the D problem also. You can think of it. These also have editorials. After the contest in it, you will see these editorials and learn how to solve those problems which you are not able to solve during the contest. And this is also a good site to practice. I will say come to AdCoder and do the contest. Don't practice it here. Try to practice from code forces, this problem set part. Try to practice from here, and come to AdCoder only for contest and solve ABC problem at least. And there is one more site. I will end this with this site, which is called csacs.fi. And this is for like advanced part. After you have done this C or C++ course, you can start with this. You have to be good at programming. After then you have to come here and this problem set, which has all these problems categorized, like introductory problems, problems based on sorting and searching, and problems based on like advanced algorithms like dynamic programming graph. This is not for like first years. This, but after you complete your first sem, you can start doing this. And there is an, going to this home page, there is also an book, courses. So somewhere here there is an book about So just I will share you. I have already shared with in Discord. There is a called book.pdf, which is associated with this CACS site. So after you complete your C C++ course, you can start with this. Like, you have to read that book, and accordingly there will be problems. You have to study these chapters of sorting and searching, then you have to solve these problems of sorting and searching. You can do, but not now. We will talk about this later. After in these upcoming sessions, we will talk about this CACS part. So for now, just go to Code Forces, create an account, and start practicing with 800 problems or 900 problems. Start practicing and ask seniors or your batchmates who have some already knowledge of programming. Ask them about coding part, about this any problem you have in these problems, solving these problems. You just ask your batchmates, ask your seniors, or ask us in Discord or in WhatsApp and Telegram. just just do it. Just start doing it. Don't sit around and watch films and enjoy your semester. Like, you have to enjoy, but try doing at least 4 to 5 problems every day, and you will be good to go. Like, this is all from me. You can ask me questions if you have any questions regarding Code Forces or PP.
Yeah, any
Yeah.
doubts? Sir is there.
Someone said, sir, what is to write in the handle section during registration in Code Forces? Okay, during registration, you have to choose a username for you. Just you go to the register part. You have to choose a username, which will be your username. Like in GitHub, also in HackerRank, also similar. And any questions, you can ask in the chat. Or we should end it just here.
Sir, just a doubt.
Hmm.
When we
Yes.
begin, it's usually a doubt that should we first learn the topics and then we should go to the practice part, or we should do both the things simultaneously. Like मैं पूरी सी
Just,
सीख लूं
I
फिर
think
मैं
you should do simultaneously. You go to the problem, you stuck at the problem, you just go to the editorial part, and in the editorial part, you see, like, you have to learn this concept, and then you learn that concept. Like, you go to the tutorial, and in the tutorial you will be given this prerequisite. You have to know DFS. Then you go to in YouTube or in some online materials, you search for online materials and you learn. That will be one way. And also you can just I think you don't need to wait for learning everything and then starting. You just start right away.
yeah. So while solving questions also based upon the topics which they are using as the prerequisite, we can keep learning and keep growing.
Yes.
Yeah. So if any other problem, any other issue, anybody
Any
have
other
any
issue,
doubt?
you just ask.
So I believe there is no problem with them. So thanks a lot, Sensor, for this.
But thank you all, everyone.
And,
I'm just stopping the presentation.
yes, sir. So this was all about code forces and a lot more from Sensor's side. And it was just meant as an overview thing. And we would soon be coming up with small sessions depending based on the topics of competitive programming, whether it is dealing with errors or it is over any particular algorithm uh, or the contest things like ICPC. We would be coming up with various sessions over these as well with Sayan sir, Bharat sir, and Kunal sir probably. So yeah, moving ahead. So we are done with code forces, and we conducted a small survey in your batch, and what we got the results. We wanted to share it with you all. 83 responses came. This I took the image at 53 responses, so it's for, but the ratio is almost same. The percentage ratio is almost same. Do you exactly know what noobDEV is? Half of you go went for yes and maybe, and half of you were for no. So now I believe that I think so that 80% of you might be having a feel of what noobDEV is and what it is trying to do. Basically, we want to cater your doubts so that uh, you don't have any problem in learning or getting comfortable with the environment out there. uh, यहाँ पर small level basic level से लेकर and we will be discussing a lot more higher end तक जाएंगे. Then coming up with our next question, are we connected on Discord? Yeah. इसमें मुझे एक चीज बोलनी थी. I wanted to say something. Many of you are connected with us on Discord, and 37% about they are not connected with us. So प्लीज कनेक्ट विद अस ऑन डिस्कॉर्ड, क्योंकि हमारी एंटायर कम्युनिटी वो वहीं पर स्टैब्लिश्ड है, और आप वहां पर अपने कोई भी डाउट्स, कोई भी अचीवमेंट, एनीथिंग यू कैन पोस्ट इट देयर. इफ यू हैव डाउट्स इन रिलेटेड टू प्रोग्रामिंग, सयन सर हैं वहां पर, हम लोग हैं फ्रॉम सेकेंड ईयर्स, वी हैव गॉट ब्राइट कोडर्स इन सेकेंड ईयर्स एज वेल. हम लोग आपको जल्दी मिलवाएंगे, फ्रॉम नरेश से मिलवाएंगे, अनुभव से मिलवाएंगे. दीज आर सम ब्राइट कोडर्स. एंड सीनियर्स में भी सयन सर हैं, भरत सर हैं, कुणाल सर हैं, and we all can help you out there with your programming related queries, development related queries. So and keep discussing there. Participation level बहुत कम है. I mean today also 83 of you filled the responses, but only 20 about I can see in the meet and few in the live session. So participation बढ़ाओ. We can do a lot events. हम रोज event कर सकते हैं, but participation नहीं आएगा तो हमारा भी morale down होता है. और ये एक दिस वाज अ बिग सेशन फॉर 2.5 hours, but coming sessions will be short, so I hope you all will be present there. So hands-on experience in programming languages mostly went for beginner levels. So yeah, it's the case each year. हम लोग में से mostly non CSE background से होते हैं. They dealt some with some problems while starting, or all those problems will be catered here. So feel free to share your doubts and queries. Now, development thing. Uh, Most of you were not decided yet, and same was the case for app development, graphic designing. Graphic designing, I think we have Vijay Shankar and Guru Nitish Kumar Singh in our team for the designing part. For game development also, few of us are working, so you can share your doubts in the Discord server. ML and DL, we have a great community here. Pulkit sir, Nimish sir, Abhinandan, Ishan from our batch. So I hope all your queries will be sorted. App development, we have great minds again for app development as well. Gaurav Anand from our batch, Vinil Sai from our batch, Souvik sir in Flutter from senior. He's just the god in Flutter, as we all say. The web development thing, I can solve your doubts. We have Gaurav here. Gaurav is like, he has done he has almost touched all the corners of web development. So just come up with a doubt, and more hopefully he has a solution for it. So you can post doubts for any of these parts, and I hope you will get the solution. Percentage students, what they wanted from us, coding competitions was the highest thing. See, conducting a coding competition is not a big deal for us. We can conduct it tomorrow itself for you all. But the problem is, most of you, as you already saw in the survey result, that most of you are beginner. So I would suggest that firstly study about programming, and when you all will be comfortable with programming, we will also have a coding competition. Workshop, CP session, you had your first session, that is the overview over code forces and competitive programming today. And we will be coming up with regular sessions over competitive programming discussions. We will have workshops also. It would be for about 1 hour session, and in which we will help you achieve something depending upon the domain on which we would be talking. Like today we help you got the GitHub Student Developer Pack. Still, if you have any problem in getting the GitHub Student Developer Pack, there's an article Discord community. You can visit there. Okay, so CP sessions and dev sessions, we would be soon be coming up with these podcast also. Yeah, we had a discussion with Pulkit sir, and he's very eager to start a podcast. So noobDEV will soon be coming with podcast as well. So yeah, looking to the future. The idea of square one is all about the future plans for 2021 so that we can achieve them. So what are we planning is to firstly begin some tutorial on our YouTube channel. These tutorials will not be the typical tutorial or over like courses on app development, courses on web development. No, it will not be of that kind. It will be project based tutorial. Basically, some of our members and some of our seniors will help you uh, by showing you how they created a project so that you can get an insight of how to implement the concepts you are learning. Then we will have panel discussions in which you can also be a part of the discussion over different topics, whether it is for development or for cp algorithms. Q&A sessions will be integrated in them, means the doubt solving session obviously. Then this is a great idea which I learned from my friends in IITs. They told me that during summer and winter vacations, their seniors usually take the responsibility and they form small groups of juniors with them. They choose up a project depending upon the development domain they are comfortable in, and they lead and ask the juniors to help him make that project. So you can use your summer or winter vacation completing a big project which you can add to your resume. You can also learn a particular development domain through that. So I hope if we somehow be able to include this in our uh, what do you say properties, then we could be doing better for you all. And then the pro insight thing, this idea I got from a YouTube channel, of course, most of you would be knowing as well. So pro insights in this, it will be a much placement oriented thing. uh, Many of our seniors alumni are currently in Amazon and Goldman Sachs as well. Seniors getting placed in Geo, of course. So they have a lot to tell us about the placement things and how did they performed in college, how did they manage the academics as well as the what we say development and all the industry related activities, how they manage the placement. So we will talk with some of the professionals. Podcast, yeah. So it was the main idea of Pulkit sir from fourth year. He wanted to start a podcast, so soon we will be coming up with podcasts starting with Pulkit sir only, over open source and GSOC. And then we shall hopefully move to Flutter with Souvik sir, and with Nimish sir also a few sessions for with Sayan sir over CP, Bharat sir over CP, and soon we will be coming with podcast as well. And then the contest part, yeah, the most awaited one. We would be hosting some contest, CP one of course, and also some based upon the development domains. So these are our plans for 2021, and I hope we fulfill them. So the presenters, this is me, Apur Mishra. I'm from second year Triple IT Kalyani. This is Ishan Mishra, again from second year Triple IT Kalyani, Uttar Pradesh. Gaurav Singh is also from Uttar Pradesh, Allahabad, second year Triple IT Kalyani. We have Kshitij Singh from second year, Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. And Abhiruk Kumar Chakravarti is from Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Then we have Ritesh Bhaskar from Patna, Bihar. Abhiruk is great at beatboxing, so if anyone interested can contact him. Ritesh, you is a great senior. I mean, he'll be a sweet senior for you all, so you can contact him even. Then we have Prashant Kumar Upadhyay, our dashing memer, and he's also in second year. He resides in the same place where that he's from Gonda, Uttar Pradesh. Then we have Nitish Kumar Singh. He's great at the designing stuff, so you can contact him for designing purposes. We call him as Guru. You can also call him with the same name. He's also from second year Kalyani, Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh. So that was all from all side, and special thanks to Sir Sam Media, third year, CSC Triple Kalyani, for taking out his valuable time for us. I hope he will come again with us for more such CP sessions. And it was a wonderful time with you, Sam sir. So that was all from our side. Have a great year ahead. Thanks a lot. So, uh, juniors, Akshay Tomar, Anik Ghosh, Dev Gupta, Jatin Verma. How was all?
It was great, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir. Superb.
Okay, so
Something
participation.
new experience.
Thanks a lot, Dev. Participation बहुत कम है तुम्हारे लोगों के बैच से. I mean, only